Queensland, Australia has recognized and heard of the great efforts that the British Columbia government has made in streamlining regulatory requirements and want to know how they can do that. So BC has led the nation in regulatory reform. My goal is to make sure we don't let our foot off the gas, but we continue to make forward movements to ensure that we don't let regulations start creeping in, and we don't do things that present business owners with red tape and barriers to being productive and spending their time doing things other than to report unnecessarily to government.
過去、バンクーバーの女性事業者が集い発足した日系女性起業家協会が今年で早15周年を迎えるまでに至り、これを記念し BC 州政府にてスモールビジネスの支援に努める山本直美大臣を迎え講演会を行いました。2009年に BC 州政府総選挙で初の日系女性として当選する以前は経営者としデザイン関連事業に関わり、この間ノースショアクレジットユニオンの理事をはじめ BC 州商工会議所会長ほか数多くの団体に加わるなどし、これまでさまざまな功績を収めてきました。今回の講演は BC 州におけるこれからのスモールビジネスの発展、日系女性への提案を内容とし話が進められました。
My mother and father were born in British Columbia, and I was born here, and my grandmother was born here. So my great grandmother came over to Canada many years ago. My grandfather, or both grandfathers, were in the fishing industry, and they were fishermen and packers, fish packers. And my parents, my father went to the University of British Columbia. He has a PhD in biochemistry and became a research scientist. He was very disappointed that none of the children went into the sciences, and he still doesn't believe that I went to university and got a good degree because it was in the arts. But I think it is quite stereotypical, I think, of a lot of Japanese Canadian parents and the pressures that they put on the children to go into science, business, or medicine, which I did not do any of that. I do know that my parents are proud of me, but I know that I got my entrepreneurial spirit from my parents. After my father decided not to continue on in basic research and applied science, he started a consulting business, and he and my mother mortgaged their house and decided to invest in a Japan camera, 1-hour photo finishing business. And we were the first to have 1-hour photo finishing in North Vancouver, one of the very few in the Lower Mainland. And we saw the end of that business when we saw everybody with digital cameras. Who takes pictures with film anymore? Not very many people. Anyways, it is an honor and a privilege to be amongst such interesting, passionate people who are working businesswomen, and I see men in the audience as well. But my comments probably will reflect more of my experience as a woman and speaking to the women in the group. So forgive me. I do truly commend you for the incredible amount of work that you do to run your businesses. I know that running a business is one of the hardest things that you can do, because you're also mothers, or in my case, aunts. You are also probably volunteering in your community, or the Rotary Club, or in the church, or in the temple. And I know that all those things are important to you as well. So not only are you business women, you are also wearing many, many other hats. But I also know that running your own business is one of the most rewarding things that you can do. And I congratulate you for taking the risk to start your own business. I also know that I talk about, as Minister of State for Small Business, how important it is for government to provide an environment for businesses to thrive and grow. But I also know that in a lot of cases, small businesses are just trying to survive. And I know that as a small business owner, more than once, I kept my paycheck in my pocket to ensure that my employees were paid first. I know that many of you speak English as a second language. Some of you are new to Canada. Some of you have been here for a few years. And I'm sure some of you, a lot of you, may have been born here. But you've turned those challenges into assets, and your businesses are thriving, and congratulations to you. And I'm not sure if you are aware of this statistic, but really it's only recently that women have joined the entrepreneurial world. And I know that as women we face discrimination and sometimes self-doubt, but that's changing. 4 out of 5 businesses in Canada are started by women. 4 out of 5. And I don't have a recent statistic, but I also do know that women have a better chance of succeeding in their business, a slightly better chance than men. And it's something to do with paying more attention to detail and being very cautious and not expanding too fast.
女性起業家がバンクーバーには何人かいらっしゃいますが、以前からそうですね、もう20年以上前からみんなで一応女性が集まってお互いにいろいろとそうですね、事業の内容を交換したり助け合ったりすることができればいいなんて思っていたんですけれど、たまたま総領事館で1997年ですかに女性の企業をしている方のバンクーバーに住んでいらっしゃる方ということでお食事にバレンタインズデーの日に招待していただきまして、それがきっかけで皆さん集まりまして、その時は多分10人前後だったと思うんですが、その人たちがそれでは女性起業家の会を作りましょうということで始まりました。